YouTube, how you doing? I am back with another video, and this time it's our video with Married at First Sight. I think we're on season 5. Oh, not season 5, haha, episode 5. So let's get right on into it. So this is it, still wrapping up the end of their honeymoon. They are getting ready to go home and starts to go into their daily routine, being husband and wife after being married at first sight. So they're talking to the different couples. Tre and Vanessa, they're excited about going ahead and starting their new life. They're really hopeful because they're our best couple right now. Tre is ready to consummate their marriage. Vanessa, kind of, sort of, but she said she thinks she isn't going to be comfortable until they're in their own place. So then we have Neil and Samantha. Neil and Samantha, they are moving towards a different atmosphere in their life. So they say, you know, that accident that they almost had last week really put some perspective on them needing to be more open-minded and helping each other to be married at first sight. And then we have David and Ashley. David and Ashley, they are still a work in progress. They're talking about it. Ashley's like, well, I have class tomorrow, and I need to do this, and I need that. And he's like, well, I'm just trying to figure out how we're going to spend time together. And, you know, she's still kind of shutting him down. At the end of this segment, he was on his way home. He's talking to his diary cam saying that he's going home alone. When he left a week ago, he didn't expect to be going home. He's supposed to be coming home with his new wife. You know, he still has remnants of getting ready for the wedding around his apartment, and that's making him sad. He feels like his marriage is in trouble. So I feel like their marriage is in trouble too, but we'll see what happens. Everybody has gotten back home now, and they are viewing each other's places and seeing where they want to live, basically. So let's get right on into it. I'm going to start off with Ashley and David. David, the next morning, he's excited. He goes to Ashley's. She lets him in. Her demeanor in this whole thing is just like, I don't want to be bothered. So she lets her in. She's holding her dog. He's trying to pet the dog. The dog's kind of, but you know, dogs have to kind of warm up to people. So I give Belle, which is the name of the dog, a little pass. But he tries to give her a little hug. She don't even try to put the dog down, give him a hug back, none of that. He tells her how nice he thinks she's decorated her house. It's really homely. It's very nice. And she's just like, She just gives him the tour. She's really, Towards the end of the segment, they go to his house, and she's like, it's a guy's house. It's what I expected a guy to be. And then she was like, well, he was like, well, what do you think that we should move? And she was like, I like my neighborhood. And he was like, said, I would like it to be our neighborhood. I don't want us to have our places to be like a crush that we can run to and things. And she was like, what made you think that would happen? So I do give her credit on that, because she was like, what made you think that would happen? But her demeanor, her outlook on this whole thing is really bad, because like even when she was in this place, if you don't have anything nice to say, then, you know, if you don't have anything nice to say, then you don't say anything at all, kind of thing. Anyway, moving on. We're moving to Neil and Samantha. Neil goes to Samantha's house first. Samantha is roommated with her best friend. She has that big old dog. I can't remember the dog's name, but he was friendly to Neil. I guess she had told Neil about her candle wax, her wax melt fetish, so he was really looking forward to see it. She's like, no, don't open it. Oh, no. Anyway, goofiness of the Neil and Samantha area. And so he finally looks at her wax smells. He smells it. That was that. She goes to Neil's house next, and she is so hypercritical. Well, how much has just been on this table? Well, his thing, I think he buys things that he doesn't need. I mean, just so hypercritical. Neil's place was nicer to me than hers. Now, she had a better bed than his, because I'm jealous of her bed. But he had an old hand-me-down bed that he probably needs to get rid of and get a better bed to match his apartment. But it is what it is. But she was just so hypercritical. They were talking. She was like, well, I guess if I move in with him, or I would prefer that he moves in with me. I think in watching the 2 seasons of Married at First Sight, moving into either one of the couple's personal space is a bad idea. Everybody needs to start over, start afresh, get their own place, do the couple thing in their own place. So when the end of the experiment comes, you can go back to your respective place without the memories and the bah humbug of having these other people in there if you don't stay together. Hopefully they stay together, but we have to keep watching to see. Anyway, last but not least, we have Vanessa and Tre. I'm not sure if I missed something and they spent the night at Tre's house, but they were traveling to Vanessa's house. And they get into Vanessa's house, and Vanessa has a little bitty Yorkie, and that little Yorkie was everywhere, but he was so cute. And they were talking. She doesn't like Buckhead where Tre stays. She lives in Midtown. He's not really too keen about that, and he thinks it's going to be far from his job. But they were holding hands and ready to compromise. Vanessa and Tre are just our couple right now, or just my couple right now. So I really love them, and I'm glad that they are compromising. So this segment, it was all about the finances, and I thought this was a really good segment for each couple. I thought each couple did a awesome job with it. So let's get right on into it. We're going to start with our couple, which is Neil and Samantha. You know, Samantha is a bank manager, and Neil does what he does. So Samantha went ahead and she's got her pen and paper, and she went and broke that thing down for y'all. I bought my place. I got a great rate on it. So my mortgage is only $600. I have a roommate, so I only pay $300. I don't believe in credit card debt. I only want to spend 25% of my income, and I want to save 75% of my income. Neil, on the other hand, Neil's like, I bought the place, I liked it. I paid $1,200 in rent. She was like, you need to refinance, because that's way too much money. She was like, how much is your bills? And she was like, oh, you spent about $3,200. Which is about 36% of your income, which really was not that bad, but hey. So she's like, well, I'm ready to, how do you want to do this? And he was like, well, I'm comfortable with 50-50. She's like, oh, I'm not. I want to do 60-40. And he's like, okay, cool, I can do 60-40. So he was really great to go into that she wanted him to be the male dominant, the provider part of this financial equation. It was great. I loved it. They great compromise. She even gave it a 2 thumbs up. So it was really great for Neil and Samantha to see them get into that part of their marriage. Financial wise, they're doing really, really good with the compromise. So let's move on to Tre and Vanessa. Tre is a luxury car salesman. Vanessa is an event planner. I guess they weren't comfortable with seeing their salaries on camera, so they wrote it down. Vanessa was like, she tries to save $8,000 to $1,000 a month. Tre was like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I make my money, but I spend my money. So I'm solely relying on her to help me with that saving part, because I want to provide for my family. He was happy that he made more than she did, because he felt like he wanted to be the provider in that situation, that segment that was separate from their 2 places. So they really did well on the financial aspect. Tre knows where he lacks, and he's willing to let Vanessa help him with that saving piece. Now, good old Miss Ashley and David. David makes buku money. He makes great money. Ashley, as we know, she's restarting her career. She's in school full time. David spends about $1,200 on his place. She spends about $700. She's only comfortable at $700. He's like, no worries. I don't mind. I want us to have a nice place, so I'll pick in the extra. She was uncomfortable with it. She didn't quite admit it, but she was uncomfortable with it. That little woman, she needs to get it together, you know. In traditional roles, husbands pay bills. Husbands pay the majority of the bills. You know, sometimes in this economy, this way of life, sometimes the wife makes more money. It is what it is, but you have to be able to be vocal. Don't just agree to it and be like, oh, I'm okay with it, and then really not, because you can see it all over her face. But we'll see how this goes. Finance, I thought, was an excellent time. I think this is another one of my favorite segments in the whole wide world, because I love HGTV. I hope you guys So they only focused on David and Ashley and Tre and Vanessa. So Tre and Vanessa, they went to go see an apartment in Midtown. And that apartment, it was a really, really nice apartment, but it was close to the traffic. When you going out onto the patio, that was not a good look. It was a really nice apartment. I didn't like the accent wall, what they had painted on it, but then Tre was trying to be compromising with Vanessa. He pulled up the GPS to see how far it was from work. And without traffic, it was 40 minutes. So I've always heard that Atlanta traffic is horrible. So he was probably an hour and a half in traffic. So they agreed that that wasn't the best place for them. So then they moved on to David and Ashley. David and Ashley, they looked at an apartment that looked just like Ashley's apartment. I thought the thing was ugly and small, but she liked it, and he was like, let's go look at something else. And she knew that he really wanted a house. So then they went to a house in, I can't remember the area. That house was so cute, so wonderful. It really fit both their styles. This is for the first time in ever you saw Ashley really smile and like the house. He was excited that she liked the house. House was $3,500 a month though, y'all. But he agreed to it, and they decided on the house. The only thing was they had irreplaceable antiques, so they were like, oh, we're gonna have to keep Bill crated. Poor little Bill. They went back to Tre and Vanessa. They were looking at a house that was right on the borderline of Buckhead. Not really where Vanessa wanted to stay, but the house was awesome. They had this little Asian couple. They were so cute. They had been married for 46 years, and they were showing them the house, and they were like, good luck in their marriage. They ended up getting that house. I think that house was $2,300 a month. And Vanessa just compromised because she was like, he's going to be the breadwinner, so he should be happy. Neil and Samantha, they went house hunting. The first house they went to, it was $1,250. It was a little far out for them. I didn't like it. It was like a shabby chic is what the lady said or whatever. It was atrocious. It was atrocious to me. But they passed on it because they have other mortgages and other bills to maintain, because we know Samantha is this finance genius bank manager. So the guy was like, I'll have another house. It's a little bit further up north. It's probably a little bit more easy for you. So they go see this house. I like this house. It wasn't as spectacular as Ashley and David's or Tre and Vanessa's, but it was a nice house. They agreed on it. The guy was like, I see excitement. I was like, what excitement do you see? I don't see no excitement. These two little dry people. So everybody is packing up to move. Tre and Vanessa. Vanessa is like, oh, well, she don't know what to pack. She's like trying to make everything perfect, getting dishes and everything else. Tre is like, I don't pack like most men. I'm gonna sit here and fix me this dinner. This dinner is gross. Okay, here's these couple of boxes. Here's this stuff. I'm just gonna throw it in the bag. I'm ready to move. Then they had David and Ashley. They really didn't. The house came fully furnished, so they didn't have to pack anything. Ashley had to pack stuff for Belle and her stuff, and David had to straighten up his condo, bring his stuff. He brought her flowers. Ashley got there before he did, and she went to the restroom and broke the toilet handle. I don't know how that girl did it, but she did. And then they were, she was like, I got something I want to tell you. She got him sitting on the couch, him and Belle, and she was like, and he was like, oh my God, I don't know if she's finna open it up to me. I don't know what she's finna tell me. And she was like, well, I went to the bathroom. She pulled it out. This happened. And he's like, this big old sigh of relief. Oh, no. They started laughing. He says, this place is dump anyway. We're going to trash it. He's really cute. I love his sense of humor. I love that he's really trying with this woman that's being really difficult with him. They remind me of Doug and Jamie. Smith was talking to her best friend. She's starting to have anxiety about moving in with Neil. She said he was supposed to pick her up. Maybe he changed his mind. She was like, it's different. Maybe he's different with the cameras gone. And she was just having a panic attack. This is becoming a norm for Samantha. Panic attack Samantha. That's what we're going to call her. It is David's mom's birthday, so they invite her over to the new house. Tell her to excuse their mess because, they're just moving in. She meets the dog. Ashley has David. The flowers were actually for David's mom from the previous scene. I realized this now. And they got her a candle, and they had some wine, and they're sitting there talking, and she was giving them advice. She was telling really loving on Ashley, telling her that, you know, she's in the family no matter what. It was unorthodox the way you came in, but you're stuck with us now. Ashley and David seem to be getting a little bit more relaxed with each other. So hopefully that they are making good progress. They will make good progress with this move. But all in all, they are settling into their home life very well. So then they moved on to our couple, which is Neil and Samantha. They started moving things in. Samantha in her confessional, in the scene, she's just really overwhelmed, about to have a nervous breakdown, about to cry. They make up the bed. He tells her he's gonna go out to get some more stuff. He comes back and she's passed out on the couch. David is thanking Ashley for, you know, being so nice to his mom and making her feel special on her special day, and, you know, getting to know his family and knowing where he comes from. She says she's tired, she's ready to go to bed. He's like, oh no, let's have some pillow talk, and he rolls over with the pillows like, so how's your day? It was so cute. It reminds me of something that my husband would do because he's crazy like that. She hinted that he needed to use the other bathroom, and he was like, okay, well, when the handle in that bathroom gets broke, don't be coming rushing over there to mine. It was so cute. I love the fact that he's so fun-loving. On to Tre and Vanessa. It's their first night in their new house. They don't have any furniture as of yet. Vanessa decides to cook for Tre. She made tilapia and shrimp and some Cajun sauce and peppers. It looks really awesome. She decides to put some blankets out on the floor, give them like a little table. Guess what? Nola decides, hey, I'm gonna go use the blanket. So she had to get another blanket. I guess she locks Nola up. He came home. They had dinner. He carries her off to bed. So I was really excited for this episode. I'm loving seeing the transition in most of the couples. This season of Married at First Sight seems so well. So far, so good. We know what the quirks are with these different people, but hopefully they'll work it out. Marriage is about ups and downs, so I hope you guys are enjoying these reviews. Please subscribe, please comment, please share, and please like the videos, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.